Thanks for joining us for Understanding Real Estate with Realtor Becky Cobb of West Cobb Alliance, part of the ReeceNichols Real Estate Group in Neosho.
Hey, good morning, Lisa. What's one of the most important things you can do before you go home shopping?
Definitely need to get pre-approved.
You are absolutely right. One of the things that we've learned is pre-approval is critical. Actually, with recent laws that have been passed affecting the real estate industry, we need our buyers to have their pre-approval in order, and because we're going to be probably doing a buyer's agency too, and so that just is our due diligence and your due diligence before you go out and look for homes, fall in love with something that you can't buy. And that's always heartbreaking. So Lisa, what are some of the documents you might need to get pre-approved?
Some of the documents a lender may ask for is a W-2s from the last 2 years. You also need tax returns from the last 2 years, pay stubs from the last 30 days, and then bank statements from the last 60 days. Also, they might ask you for investment account statements. And then another one is 2 years of history of where you have lived.
And one thing I always tell people, once you get your pre-approval, don't go buy anything big or do anything that affects your credit without talking to your lender first. They're in charge. So Lisa, you're ready to buy a house. You've got your pre-approval letter in your hand. And now what? What should you avoid doing if you want to be sure you're going to be able to buy that house?
Well, it is very important, Becky, that you keep in mind that any changes in your finances can affect your pre-approval status. So after you receive your letter, make sure you avoid switching jobs or applying for new credit cards or other loans even. Also, taking out large sums of money from your savings account is something that you should avoid as well.
They want to know where your money's coming from.
Every penny of it.
And one thing I've learned too, don't show up with mattress money. If you've been hiding money away, they need to know where it came from. So that's what we always say. We don't want to know about the mattress money. So be sure your lender knows everything they need to know about your finances. Don't give them any hidden surprises at the end, because that could affect your ability to go ahead and purchase.
Well, good morning, Becky. It's good to see you again. And tell us about something that you learned from a handyman today.
Well, I learned something. One of my pet peeves when I go into homes is sometimes toilets are a little nasty looking. So this handyman today, I asked him, how often should somebody swap out their toilet? And he said, once every 10 years. So when's the last time you swapped out your toilet? It's actually a pretty inexpensive upgrade in a home. And if you're getting ready to sell your home, it's one of those things like, let's be honest, folks. Is it stained? Is it wobbly? Is it just not very pretty looking? Just swap it out, get it installed professionally so it doesn't wobble anymore. And it'll be something that will add some appeal to your home when you go to sell it.
Well, this morning, Becky, what would you like to share for sellers in preparation for putting their home on the market?
There's a lot of things that a seller needs to consider. One of the things I want just to throw out there, if your home is listed, you really need to be flexible about showings. I can't tell you that there's nothing more frustrating to a realtor to have a buyer all lined up to come and look at your property, and then you say, oh no, next Thursday at 3 would be better than today at 4 or tomorrow at 2 or whatever. You need to be very flexible because you have a product that is for sale. It's really not your house. It's really not your home anymore. It's a product that's for sale, and you need to be willing to have that product shown when there's a buyer that's ready. So one of my biggest tips for sellers is be flexible and be accessible. Let buyers into your home within reasonable showing hours.
So, Becky, we've been talking about seller's preparation before selling a home, and should I stay or should I go?
You should go. Absolutely, you need to go. When a buyer comes to look at your house that you have listed and for sale, it's very difficult for them to make a true assessment of that property if you are there helping to show the property or looking over their shoulders or trying to help your realtor. I know that you probably know more about the property than anybody else, but usually buyers on their first look, they're just getting a look at the overall space, the overall feel of the property, and they're really not ready for so many specific questions that a seller may be able to add. So you really are better off to go. It'll give a buyer a chance to get a deeper, more quality look at the house without being afraid that maybe they're hurting your feelings or wasting your time. So, take a walk around the block.
If you would like to know more about understanding real estate, you may contact Becky Cobb at 417-592-3245 of the West Cobb Alliance, your realtors for life. Find out more on the web at neosho.homes.